In today's video, we're going to be talking about Southside Tucson stereotypes. Before we begin with the stereotypes, I'm going to be talking about a little bit of history about the Southside. To begin, Southside Tucson is located in Pima County, Arizona, United States. Southside Tucson is known for being influenced by Hispanics, mostly Mexicans, about their culture, foods, traditions, restaurants, and shops. Southside Tucson has different stereotypes, which are positive and negative. Asking questions to strangers, something similar that they all have said is that it has improved and it is remodeling. The southern part of Tucson is also known for its fairly high crime rate. Some views shared by the people I interview were that it is ghetto, it is economically struggling, lacks resources, and more. What surprised me the most was that an old lady told me that the South Side used to be afraid of the North Side because the North is where the rich people live. Southside Tucson before never had homeless people, but now there are many homeless wandering around Southside Tucson. They ask for money or stand by next to traffic lights with the poster asking for money, food, or other things. People have been helping the homeless in many ways, and it is recently getting better. It has changed before, and people keep saying that it is not what people think. It has had less violence and is not as ghetto as people say. Along the way, there are many restaurants and shops owned by family generations. Most importantly, families are always united, strong, and love each other.
Tucson has underprivileged and violent aspects to each side of town. And since the pandemic, there has been an increase in overall homelessness all over Tucson. The Southside should not be called out, labeled, and stereotyped for these things because the Southside does not seem to be as affluent as other parts of Tucson. Growing up on the east side of Tucson, I had heard various rumors and what I know now to be stereotypes about the Southside. I had heard people talk about the shootings that occurred every day, the violence and the gangs that roam the streets of the Southside. The way it sounded seemed like a no man's land, where the rules and laws did not apply. This couldn't possibly be the reality. Once I moved to the South Side, I saw a different world than what I had heard growing up. I saw culture expressed through art, I saw community, I saw people proud of their heritage and proud of their culture. When I went to college, I was adamant about changing the stereotypes of the South Side, and I remember something that stuck with me for a long time. A fellow classmate said, "I bet you the South Side doesn't even have a Sprouts, and if they did, I doubt they would shop there." It was almost as if she believed those of us on the South Side did not have access to fruits and vegetables, and that people who lived on the South Side were not healthy. And with the new shopping and entertainment developments like the Spectrum and the Landing, which are located off of Irvington and I-19, we now have a Sprouts and many more shopping opportunities that we would have otherwise had to travel to other parts of town to enjoy. Those of us living on the South Side now have the opportunity that the rest of Tucson has had for a while now. One of my favorite things about the South Side is the locally owned restaurants that serve the most delicious food around. You can taste the pride that goes into these meals. And after talking to one of the owners of one of these family-owned restaurants, while they feel safer living on the South Side, they have also experienced these stereotypes and has heard people say not to go past 22nd.
The south side of Tucson has a prominent figure known as San Javier del Bac Mission, or also referred to as the White Dove of the Desert. It is a historic Spanish Catholic mission built between the years 1783 and 1797, and is on the Tohono O'odham Nation in the San Javier district. Here is where you can find a wide variety of people that share common beliefs and faith without judgment. They come together as a community to celebrate different cultures. People from all over the world come to visit this historic landmark and experience the culture and architect that has been preserved for over 200 years. South of Tucson has been given many different stereotypes. The most common one talked about throughout this video was that the South Side is ghetto and a violent place. However, as we looked at all the different aspects of the South Side, we saw that this side of town goes deeper than the surface. There's culture, community, family, and togetherness. You can find people helping each other out and lending a helping hand. You also can find home-cooked food made by family-owned businesses that welcome you into their community. The Southside has also had many new improvements to living conditions such as better grocery stores, less gun violence, new developments such as living spaces, and had even added artwork close to the streets. This side of town holds a special place in my heart. It is where my Nana and family lived when I was growing up, and there I was taught that everyone is welcomed and everyone here is a family. On the street my Nana lived on, I knew everyone's name and till this day see them and make sure to say hello and ask how they are doing. I have always felt the love and community of the South Side. Thank you, and thank you for watching our video.